previous two versions. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what, from 30 you are going to have offline classes? What is the idea? Any news? No. Let me change it.
Yes, sir. We have college from the 30.
Okay. To encourage the spread. Then it will be 100%. Now I am at home. Okay, still. Yes, sir. Give me confirmation. Is it audible and clear?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have seen list, right? The container data type list and various operations that we can perform over the list, right? So nothing but operations are nothing but addition, that is adding and removing the elements. How to add various elements and how to remove elements from the list, right? And another important thing, concatenation. How to do a concatenation. And another container data type is nothing but tuple. The major difference between this tuple and the list is immutable and tuple is immutable, right? So that is a definition. It's a sequence of immutable objects. Objects are elements. So there are multiple names, in fact. That is the elements present in the list, also known as values or objects. Similarly, a tuple also. We can call them as values or objects. Okay. So what is a tuple actually? It consists of a sequence of values. The major, the structure of this tuple and list almost similar in very few aspects, except in very few aspects, it seems to be same. The major difference is list are between the tuple and list are nothing but tuple cannot be changed, like you cannot modify, you cannot add elements, right? You cannot add elements or modify the objects present in the tuple. So whereas a list, we know you can add elements at the end of the list, or you can add elements wherever you want. Wherever you want, you can add the elements. That is also possible. Okay, so if you want to add the element in the first position, you can add. If you want to add in the third position, also we can add. There is a difference, right? And in tuples uses parentheses. So this is the structural difference when compared to the list. So lists are represented by a square brackets and tuples are represented by, what is it? Parentheses. A normal or simple closed bracket and open bracket and end bracket. Always the elements in it are separated by a comma. Both. In the case of the tuple as well as the list, the elements are separated by a comma. Right? So this is a simple example. Similar to list, tuple also consists of heterogeneous elements. Like no need to be homogeneous. You can have a string data type. You can have an integer data type. You can have a float. Right? So no need to be a similar data type elements only. Right? This similar concepts is applicable to arrays. Okay, that we will see later. So this is a tuple example. Here I am having two strings called physics, chemistry, and integers 1997 and 2000 are integers. And this is a second tuple where I have only purely, here we are going to have purely integer data types. That's all. Right? So this is a representation of tuples. And see these operations. What are the possible operations we can perform? So you can do a length. You can concatenate two tuples, multiply, and you can verify whether an element is in the tuple or not. So using, so any doubt, somebody raise the hands. Who is that? Who is that? Any doubt, students? Okay. You can check this through a membership operator called 3 in the list. And similarly, you can use this in creating any loop. So let us check all these basic operations through IDLE. So let me open this IDLE. And by the way, tomorrow we have lab. After this session, I will brief the programs. I'm not sure whether I will engage 3 years or not. Okay, but anyway, I will share all these programs. So first, let us create the tuple. Are you able to see the screen? Yes. Students are able to see this ideally?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So let us create a tuple T1. So TU1. So how to create it? Using a parenthesis. So let us create a simple tuple. Right? So how to check the type of this? Whether what type of data it is? How to check? Tell me. If I say, so it's a class tuple. Since we define this as like this. If I want to know the length of tuple TU1, it will say that 3. So there are 3 objects or elements present in the tuple. Okay. And what is the other operation we can perform? We can also multiply TU1 into how many times you want to execute it. How many times you want to repeat the elements. See here. Who is Pavan? Any doubt? Pavan. Pavan Kumar, raise the hand.
Sir, sorry, sir. By mistake it had.
Okay, fine. So you can see here the elements in the tuple are repeated for 4 times. So in Python, that is the meaning for multiplication. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So you are asked to repeat these values 4 times. That is the meaning. Okay. And let us create a complex tuple. It is pronounced as a tuple. Okay, not tuple, tuple. A string. And then few integer and similarly some float. Okay. Now if I check the length, so let us if I check the length, what will happen? Length of tu2, it will say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this is how you can do some simple operations over the tuple. And these for loops we have seen already, right? So where we use these for loop operations basically while building a program, right? And let me check the element high is in the tuple or not. In, what is it? Tu2. What is the answer? Anybody?
True, sir.
Yes, it's true. So that's what we have seen. In the case of Boolean operators, they will tell you true or false type, whether the element or object present in the tuple or not. If it is, will pop up what is it? True. So let us check another element. So is in tu2? What is the result? Definitely false. Okay. So this is a membership operation and concatenation. We have 2 tuples by this time. So what are they? One is tu1. One is tu1. And the second one is tu2. Right? How to concatenate them? Always remember in Python, concatenation is done through an operator called plus. That's all. Okay. So this will pop up the result by concatenation of the 2 tuples. Clear? So, and the third one, so let us go to the PPT. So this fourth one, you can verify this in the programs. All right, and these are the basic tuple functions. So compare two tuples. If you want to compare 2 tuples, so you need to use CMP. So that is the function is called CMP. So if I want to compare CMP of tu1 comma tu2, what is the result? What is the result? Here I'm comparing 2 tuples. So the result will be like this. See here. So we'll compare 2 tuples and returns true or false if tuple 1 is greater than tuple 2. So what is the output here? Why? So tu2, no, the function CMP is not defined. Why? It should be there, right? I don't know why it is. the name CMP is not defined means this is quite popular function, in fact. No. What is the problem? This is normal function only, not a specific type or built-in. This is a built-in function only, not user-defined function. Maybe like this CMP of, let us do like this, 1, 2, 3, comma 10, okay, 10, 20. So maybe this is version dependence, I guess. Okay, in Python 3, we may have some different function for comparison of two tuples. So that we will see later, no problem. Maybe this works for Python 2. There is some difference in functions also. Compared to Python version 2 and Python version 3, there is a slight difference or deviation. Or at least can I get max of, max will work. See here. So the moment we create it, you can see the color change. Okay. So what is TU1? So TU1 is this. Okay, you are trying to extract the minimum and maximum values of the tuple. Similarly, what happened to the comparison? Wait a minute, I will verify and tell. There should be a proper function. Maybe I guess yes. Here a comparison between the two tuples is made like this in Python 3. So this is how we are going to compare. There is no specific built-in function in Python version 3, I guess. That is what I am meaning. Because, so you know this operation. I have two tuples, TU1 and TU2. Right? So both tuples have different objects. Okay. So this is just like a comparison. Both are same or not. It is not assignment operation. It is a comparison only. Is equal. Whether TU1 is equal to TU2. Answer is false. So like this you can compare two tuples. Instead of using a built-in function, see here if you notice, I'm not able to get the proper built-in function here. That is the basic problem. Okay, like this also you can compare. If you define another tuple like this, TU3, let us say like this. So let us do like this. Hello, comma, hi, 12, 10, 10.23. This is TU3. Now guess the result of this. What is the result? I'm asking is equal. TU2 is equal to TU3. This is TU2. This is TU3. What is the answer? Simple guess. Tell me, students. Yes. It should be true or false only. There is no multiple thing. There are no multiple elements. What is your answer? Anybody? Guess is required here. Yes. Is it true or false? Any one of you? What is your guess here?
False.
False. Okay.
False.
Is it false? Absolutely. Okay. But the elements are same, right? Same elements I have given.
But their index is different.
Correct. It will check the index while comparing two tuples. So let us create another tuple. Tu4 equals to like this. 10. Okay. Tu5 is like this. Same list I want to update. 10, 11, 12. Now if I ask Tu4 is equals to Tu5, what is your answer? What is it?
True.
It should be true. Okay. So the comparison is done with respect to the index or the position. So what happened in the case of Tu2 and Tu3? Though the elements are same, but they are indexed in different position. Their indexing values are different. So that's why while comparing, the result may be false. The results will be false, not maybe. The results will be false. Only if the two tuples are strictly have the similar values in the specified or designated index. So that should be very clear. Okay. Now let us move to the next concept. What is the next operation we can expect here? Comparison we have done, and max minimum is done. So how to get the sequence? Tu2 Tu2 sequence. Oh, which means like this. It's a conversion, not. So if I say like this, Tu tuple, you give some random values. Python, comma, C, Java. Oh, the comma separator is missing here.
Given full stop.
Yeah. The separator is missing. Right? Again the error. People expect at most one argument. Maybe so. Okay, we define this outside. Okay, S equals to like this. It's like a typecast. Now let us see. So what is S now? Type S. What is type S? Anybody? What is S?
Sequence.
It's a tuple only. So this is the version difference actually. Okay. So no need to convert them. So, okay, even if I try to check tuple of yes. So in this is the version difference, Python 2 and Python 3. In Python 2, you have to specify this within the brackets. Only then it will be treated as. So here you need to specify the bracket, and here also you need to specify the bracket. Only then it will recognize as a tuple. In Python 3, it is not like that. By default, if you have elements that are separated by comma, we'll consider this as a tuple. Okay. According to Python 2, this is a sequence of elements. So that you want to typecast to tuple using this function tuple s, right? So this is what the another operation over the tuple. Very minimal when compared to list. The list we have several operations, and tuple it is very minimum. What are the comparison? Finding the minimum and maximum values from the tuple, and then typecast, converting a sequence data type to tuple data type. And so what else here? Of course, you can use this in the loops also. That's fine. You can calculate the length. You can find length is a common function that is applicable for all. Okay, length. len is just a keyword. If you say len of, so what do you want? You want to check? Yes. It will say there are 4 elements. It's a common built-in function that we can apply to into any data type, right? Now we will move to the another container data type. So let me share the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So the next one is going to be the dictionary. So do you remember dictionary consists of 2 parameters? What are they? One is key and then value. That's all. This is the syntax for a dictionary. Unlike list or tuples, it will take 2 arguments, not the arguments. This is a syntax, in fact. If I say the key as a name, it should have some value, right? So similarly, if I say age, it should have some value. Similarly, if I define height, weight, so these are the keys, and name, let us say something like XYZ. Since it is a string, age, something like integer data type. So no need to specify. Height, whatever you want. Weight. So these are all, height is a float data type, right? So this is how you can create a dictionary. So these things we have seen already. And all these are nothing but the keys and these are the values. Right? So you can access the dictionary through keys. You can access the values of a dictionary using keys. That's the thing. So this is what in Python dictionaries are written with curly brackets. So these are the curly brackets. And they have keys as well as the values. So whatever the data you want to update in a dictionary, that should be placed within the curly brackets. So this is starting curly bracket and this is end curly bracket, right? Now what are the possible operations that we can perform over the dictionary? So the number is very huge. So today you just note down these dictionary functions or methods, and we will discuss all these functions in detail tomorrow. So note down all these dictionary methods, all of you. Note down the dictionary methods. What are they? First one is clear. It's a most dangerous function. Unless you are not sure, don't use this, don't call this function. Okay. So clear is the function that will remove all the possible elements present in it. And then copy, which returns a copy of the dictionary. We have from keys, get. So these are all functions. Okay, note down all these things, method as well as the description. And the next class, we will discuss each and every method in detail. Now I want to show tomorrow's programs. Tomorrow we have lab, right? I want to give you the programs. So note down all these things. Once it is done, inform me. I will change the presentation into, I will share lab manual. Yes, it is done. Clear, copy, from keys, get, items. You can access the keys, update, values. Okay. Yes, is it done? Okay, please complete and then inform me so that I can share my new screen. So this is just a hint of statement. And tomorrow we will discuss in detail. Yes, is it done? So clear will remove all the elements from the dictionary. Copy will return a copy of the dictionary. From keys, returns dictionary with specified key. So if you call a specific key, the corresponding value will be returned. Get returns the value of the specified key. Items returns a list containing tuple for each key value a pair. And then keys, this will list all the possible keys present in the dictionary. Also pop. So do remember, remove as well as the pop functions will try to evacuate the elements or objects present in it, whether it is a list or dictionary. So similar to list, we have multiple things for dictionary also. So hope it is done. And then pop item. So you can remove the elements in the key by calling these pop functions. Set default, which returns the specified key if the key does not exist. Okay, so then insert the key with the specified value. Require a brief elaboration. We will see this later. Also, you can update the dictionary. That is, update the dictionary with specified key value pairs. And then the next one will be the values, which returns a list of all possible values in the dictionary. Hope it is done with you. Yes, completed. Yes. So shall I change the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm sharing the lab manual. Hope it is visible to all. So tomorrow's lab is going to be the week 4, which is on tuple. Make a note of this. We are going to practice 3 programs in the lab tomorrow. So first one is nothing but given a list of tuples. And you are asked to write a program to find the tuple which have all elements that are divisible by k from a list of tuples. So here we are going to create a list of tuples, list of tuples actually. Not a single tuple, list of tuples. And these tuples are nothing but values. A tuple may consist of a value or a string, and here we are interested in accessing creating the tuple by values. And you are asking return the tuple whose values are divided by a number. And the second one is going to be given a list of tuples. So you are asked to filter all uppercase characters from tuple, right? And third one, given a tuple, and list as input. So you need to write a program to count the occurrence of all items of all the list of the tuples. So you have created a tuple. You are asked to count actually. You have a tuple to count the occurrence of items present in a list. You just note down the first program, or otherwise tomorrow itself, if you want to note down, it's a very simple program only. All three are very simple. Compared to the previous one, this you can practice tomorrow, no problem. Okay. So that's all now. I would like to end the session. Thank you.